crocuses have poked their heads out, and so has the daylilies. Tulips are looking good. And last but certainly not least, the apple tree has started to bud out. However, I don't have yet dandelions. That being said, 6 pounds of bees, if they had arrived today as expected, they would need supplement feeding. So let me show you what I'm feeding them with, or what I would have fed them with. Okay, let's talk supplemental feed for the bees when not many things are in bloom in your neck of the woods. Now, typically, a 3-pound package of bees can have anywhere from 10,000 to 12,000 bees. Obviously, that's depending on the supplier, the breed of the bees, and obviously the time of year you're getting the bees. So I opted to go with Hive Alive fondant patties. In going on the YouTube rabbit hole, a lot of beekeepers were talking about Hive Alive being a good option. So I decided to go with Hive Alive fondant patties. Now I believe it's as simple as you can cut it in half, score it, so the bees will get access to it. As I've told you before, I found a tool that I'm going to use for my patties or my fondant. So these are the fondant tool. Comes 10 units in a pack. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take the sharp end, stick it in the package, screw it. It cuts out a hole. Then you're going to take this side, stick it in the package, and basically it elevates the package from being directly on the frames. So something like this, it's not directly covering the hole, it's elevated. The bees could come up and get the fondant. Most likely I'm going to possibly cut it in half. Another tool here. These are the trivets. So imagine cutting this in half, having one half on one trivet, the other half on another trivet in the hive, and the bees could have access to that, not necessarily sitting on the frames themselves. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is required. For me, it was just something nice to have. They were reasonably priced. They come, I believe, 10 trivets in the set, as with the fondant tool, 10 in a set, so I picked them up. Next, I went with the Hive Alive Easy Feed Super Syrup. So this time of the year, you would do a 2-to-1 syrup. Going into the winter months, you would do a 1-to-1 syrup. So 2 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water would be the ratio. The only thing I haven't purchased is the Hive Alive supplement, because in the fondant, in the patty, and in the syrup, there already is the supplement. However, I will at a later date purchase the liquid supplement for the bees. So this is what the syrup look like, and it comes in this new packaging. The bottom is flat, so it sits on the frame, maybe even a trivet. Let's see here. Sits on a trivet. You could just suggest that you poke 5 holes in it and the bees will come up and feed. So something like this. I wouldn't directly put it over the hole, nor would I put it directly on the frames, and the bees could come up and feed as they see fit. So another thing that I got for the bees, and this is an example of what it looks like, the pouch with the syrup, and you just basically cutting a few holes inside of the package. Now, another thing I got was the bee funnel. So this is for when I want to get my package bees into the frames, and that's a picture. I will add 2 videos from YouTube below. One video is going to show how you would use the funnel to put the bees in the hive, and another one is going to just basically show you removing some frames, putting the queen in, and then shaking the bees into the hive. I'm choosing the bee funnel route, and basically the funnel, I haven't yet set it up, goes around the super, and then you're able to invert the bees from the package into the funnel, and they just gradually go in. So I got 2 of those. Obviously all this is optional, and I have the pollen patties, which I need to go get. All right, so pollen patties, same thing. These, however, need to be refrigerated, and basically this is what they look like. Now I'm also going to use the trivet with this when I use it. You can make your own pollen patties. There's recipes out there on YouTube, just like you could make your own simple syrup. However, I opted not to. You could buy the pollen powder and cook up your own recipes. From the videos I've seen, they said it is odorous. I chose not to do that this time around. Also, I will be making some simple syrup, however, not a lot, a little bit, because it's recommended that you spray the packages down, quiet the bees down before you put them in the hive. So that's probably something that I will do, have a little simple syrup in a spray bottle for when I rehome the bees. So that's about it. I think the only thing I have left to do is I need to get some pest control, but that's most likely going to be August time frame for when I treat for the Verona mites, and most likely I'm going to pick up some supplemental at that time too for the bees. So this needs to be kept in the fridge, as I previously stated, and it has to be used up, I believe, within a year. There's about a year shelf life.